do give you an edge, and in fact they are recommended on the College Board site themselves. So why you don't have an edge for not taking them? Like you don't need them, but they are recommended, and you do better with them. And they're only available to those who are financially privileged, giving them an advantage of taking the test and doing better on the test, as opposed to those who do not have the financial privilege they do to afford those things. And then he said that increased number of students here at, for example, Cal Poly, and turning to UCs and Cal States into community colleges. I mean, eliminating the SAT does not mean you have to give everybody an application, just bases it more on factors such as your 4-year high school career rather than a 4-hour test, which I think is a little more fair. I mean, you worked a little harder throughout those 4 years than just on a 4-hour test, so I think we'd rather go based on what you've done in 4 years rather than 4 hours. So, he said, Diamond also said that it allows unqualified students to get into school. This doesn't allow unqualified students to get into school, it just bases it more on other factors such as your 4-year high school career rather than the 4-hour test. You may not be the strongest test taker. Oops, bomb the test, oh, can't get into school, kind of sucks. So, 4 years of high school, you have a lot to show there. You have your extracurricular activities, what you've done, your grades, your progress, and I feel like that should be taken more into account rather than your 4-hour SAT test. And Tommy goes on and talks about how tests can be reduced, and that was cute. He goes on about who qualifies for that and all that. Cute. But I'm not talking about the tests, I'm talking about how the preparatory classes that are given only to those who are financially privileged to afford those things. So, let's go back onto how the SAT does not adequately measure applicants' true academic ability. It's 4 hours. Who's to say 4 hours shows what you're capable of and what you can do, you know? Then back to the point where I said it increased the number of students in your school. It's just going to allow more of a variety of students, making campus more diverse, allowing you to communicate with different backgrounds and different cultures, exposing you to the real world of out there, yes. And in conclusion, the SAT exam is biased by economically only providing preparatory classes to those who are financially privileged, racially biased, aiming certain questions at certain races such as African Americans and whites, culturally biased by having questions that only are accessible to those who were exposed to such cultures, and how it does not measure the true academic ability of an applicant, as well as eliminating the SAT will give college campuses a more diverse student body.